So
Oh,
welcome
hello.
to all of my change makers here in Unity for Wellness and Peace Network. And we are so excited today. We've gone international some more. And I'm so excited because we have Miss Andrea Sun with us here from Australia. So please, my dear, tell everybody a little bit about you and what makes you so amazing.
Well, thank you so much, Cheyenne, for inviting me onto your amazing group. Okay, I'm New Zealand born Chinese, second generation. That's why my English is great. And yeah, how much would you like to know? What would you like me to start with?
Oh goodness. Well, tell everybody a little bit about what you do. And and I'm not sure, did the whole natural medicine thing start all the way back with the beginnings with your family? I mean, it's
No,
evolved,
no,
I know.
no. So I'm New Zealand born Chinese. Just going back a number of years, just trying to keep it simple. My mother, and you're all in business, right? So you
Mhm.
understand. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview. My my grandmother had 10 kids. My dad's side had 8 kids. So when and grandma had got pregnant and had a lot of babies. So when my mother and dad got married, they had to have a big wedding to satisfy everybody in the culture, and then they had to
Mhm.
go into debt. So they buy a business, a fish and chip shop, in debt, right? Now you
Wow.
know what that's like, okay? We've all been in business. So mum's pregnant with me in the fish and chip shop, working her butt off, takes 2 weeks off work to have me, and then goes back to work. So there's no
Wow.
time to play around, have fun with your little girl. No, you're going to go back to work. And then you have another child 18 months later. So this is what I was born into, okay?
Mm, mm-mm.
So I was born into a family that worked hard, and I suppose we've all done it. That's what we've been trained to do. But they
Mhm.
worked hard to survive. And if you got emotions, you just get on with it, be practical, get on with it. So from 4 years old, I was bagging carrots in the fruit and vegetable shop. From about 12, 13, I was working 7 days a week in the burger bar, taking orders and counting money till 11:30 at night.
Mm,
About 15 years old, I was working in the tobacconist bookshop. When mum was sick, I'd take the day off school and look after the shop.
mhm.
Um, so that was my background. And I was a carbon copy of my parents. Total carbon copy. Has anyone ever done that?
Oh,
If you're a
yes.
sensitive person like I was and a people pleaser, I was a carbon copy of my parents. So in my 20s, all I did was please everybody, please my boyfriend, please my parents, please, my friends, and and everybody. Okay. Then I got a job later in sales, and I was a fashion accessories buyer for a department store. So I was buying handbags, gloves, scarves, you know, hats for 3 department stores. It was a great job,
Mhm.
but I lost my joy. I I was a
Mm,
robotic person with no joy. Okay, so fulfillment is my number one value. So can you imagine? It was like having almost no breath.
mm,
Okay, so
mm,
what happened was, and this is why I created Intuitive Ease Academy,
mhm.
was I went away for 4 days and nights, locked myself in a room in the country and just journaled the whole time.
Wow.
Journaled, got everything out. And at the end of it, it was you need to find who you really are, Andrea. You're just a carbon copy of your parents and you're just taking on all their stress and you don't know who you are. You can't feel anything about you and what your passion
Mm,
is and
mm,
your unique gifts. Okay. And it said, the first thing my intuition said, go to London. London. Okay. Now,
mm.
I'd never gone that far on my own. I'd only gone to Australia. I'd only gone to Hong Kong with my auntie, as a child, but I'd never gone to Europe on my own. Next thing you know, 4 months later, I'm in London on a one-way ticket, right? Now,
Wow.
so this is all the power of following your intuition.
Mhm.
Um, at the time, my father said, come and stay with us in Australia and save up some money and you can go. And I said, no, I've got to go now. It was such a strong pull. I've never had anything like almost pick me up like a tornado and pull me in a direction. Like
Mm.
it was that obvious. Has any of you ever experienced that where
Oh, yeah.
you just absolutely, you cannot avoid it, okay? If I had, I would have got majorly sick, okay?
Mm.
So
Mm.
the reason I was meant to go then was because I was 27, and at that time you had to go before you were 28 to get a working holiday visa in England, because that was the arrangement New Zealand and England had.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't even know that, but my intuition knew, and I was like, you have to go now. So I was able to go there, and I was able to be away. I was away for 2.5 years.
Wow.
As if I hadn't got that, I could have only gone for 3 months or something. So it was a huge difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, cut a long story short, I have an amazing time, fill up my bucket list, completely discover a whole new identity and a whole new way of being. Okay. Then I feel drawn to go to a remedial massage course. Has anyone ever done remedial massage, or any massage therapists in the group? No? Okay, so I do a remedial massage in London to get in touch with my body. I have no intention of being a practitioner. I'm in retail, right? That's my thing. Never,
Right.
not being a practitioner. But what happened was I ended up by qualifying. I ended up by starting to see clients. I started working from home and promoting myself. I don't know how it happened. And next thing, my visa ran out. So I had to get a ticket from London, Brisbane, Wellington. I gave myself 1 month to find a job. I really wanted to move to Brisbane because I had my passion to support peace, which is something I've been doing my whole life, a peace charity, world peace, inner peace. And I wanted to go to Brisbane. But I only knew one person there, and I didn't have a job, and I couldn't find a job for 4 weeks. So anyway, this was getting to the end of my money. And then out of the blue, I managed to manifest this remedial massage job, and I had 3 days left before flying out.
Wow.
And I didn't have enough money to go, and because I just basically spent all the money on traveling and working because I hadn't saved. I'd only just gone in 4 months, I hadn't spent 5 years saving. I'd just gone, right? Okay. So I met this girl in the clinic, at the massage clinic, and she said, you can come and stay with me rent free for a month till you find a job. Okay. So miracle story.
I
Okay.
love that.
6 weeks later, the manager at the 5-star hotel, Sheraton Hotel, had a health gym, rings me up and says, are you still interested in working here? I said, yes. So I built that business from 6 clients a week to 27 clients a week in 1 year.
Wow.
No database, no money, no social media, nothing, and knowing one person. How did I do it? I follow my intuition, and I let go of my Chinese patterning of workaholism. So I took time off when I wanted to. I took days off when I wanted to. I went to the beach. I went to the park. I hung out with friends. And when I really wanted to work, I would be fully booked. And when I was fully booked, 80% of my clients would all book in for 10-session packages.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome.
That's the power of following your intuition, okay? That's the power. And it was effortless. Now, this is what was important. It was effortless. I had no business plan. I didn't know anything about online marketing. I didn't even know how to do marketing. I was just giving exceptional service, and I was the best in my field. That was it. And I wanted to master my skill. So I found the best massage therapist in Brisbane, and I swapped massage with her every week, 90-minute massage each for 10 years, every week, to master my skill.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying this to help you see that I'm not just someone talking theory from a lot of business books.
Right.
Okay? I've lived it. I actually did the work.
I love it.
There's a lot of difference between people that give massage, but they have never swapped massages. They don't know what it's like to be on the table, what the client's going through, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually, when we do that, we actually practice on the client. We don't actually master our skill.
Right.
So anyway, so that's what happened. I built the successful business. Then that led on to wanting to help people more. So I studied, and I trained a team of massage therapists when I was there because I was overbooked, so they wanted more practitioners.
Mm-hmm.
Then I decided I felt drawn to do acupuncture, so I did acupuncture degree in my 30s. So that was hard because I thought I was going to fail every exam, but I passed.
Mm.
And I even went from 23% at school chemistry to 92% in my acupuncture degree. So, like I used the mindset there to shift my results. So I've got and then I just studied more and more. I did 5 healing modalities: Reiki, heart resonance, Palawa, transference healing. I know some of you are healers. I did the NLP. I spent 5,000 on a course for that. NSR, neuro stress release, inner child work, magician's way for intuition. Like, you wouldn't believe how many I've done. A lot of study, a lot of study. And as I said to Cheyenne, I was passionate about being the best. So when I did the neuro stress release, I would meet with the people that were doing the course and say, let's swap every few weeks and practice our sessions. So I would try to master that and spend the next 3 to 5 years practicing those techniques.
Wow. Wow.
So I say this because I know many of you have done a lot of study. Many of you are very highly qualified. Many of you are really good at what you do. But it didn't actually help me heal my genetic chronic health condition. So this is the game changer.
Tell us about that.
So my grandfather, my father, my brother, and me, we all had a genetic chronic skin condition. It started even when I was a child with hives and eczema and all this. The doctor would give us cortisone cream, but it wouldn't clear it. And I went to natural medicine and they gave me a special diet, but it still wouldn't clear. Now, when I moved to Australia, there were times that I had major breakout when I was very stressed. So for 2 months at a time, it was like an epileptic fit. I couldn't stop scratching. So I was bleeding over my whole body bleeding and scratching nonstop for 2 months. And so I went into major depression. And I know suicide is very high in America, second cause of death in America. I went to major depression and major anxiety, and I did want to die, to be quite honest. I could not live in that body. So, but what I found out intuitively was it was a war also between, I was clearing a genetic patterning, but it was a war between the Chinese side of me, which was like grown up responsible, working in businesses from 4 years old, responsible growing up, oldest child of the family, taking care of everybody. Who's the oldest child? You take care of everybody, right? Everybody in the family, including your partner and your friends and family, but forget to put yourself first. Well, that was the Chinese side of me, and caring about everybody else. To the European side of me, which was completely out of the box, like, ahead of her time, zany, kind of really got a strange sense of humor, but a visionary, and that's what I was. I never fitted in. I was always ahead of my time. I go to a personal growth workshop and there'd be no Chinese there. I'd be the only one. I go to a dance class, even tango at the time, and I don't think there was any Asians there at all until later. Like, I would often be the first, and I used to hate it because I was so sensitive. So there was this war between two sides of me. I don't know, has any of you experienced what that feels like? It's terrible. So, cut a long story short, after 30 years of doing all the natural medicine that I had learned myself, I did on myself, and, pure diet, Qigong for 25 years, going to see natural therapists for 25 years, including my amazing acupuncturist, and, meditating for 44 years. So, it's a lot. I've done a lot, okay? So I tried everything natural to clear the skin condition that would keep flaring up whenever I was stressed. And the doctor could only give me ointment, okay? But I knew it wasn't going to clear it.
Mm.
Anyway, one day I'm desperate and I just said, I've had enough of this. I can't live in this body anymore. And I just went deep inside and I was calling from the deepest place inside of me. And I knew that my true self was flawless skin, was healthy. Regardless of all my training as a practitioner, you know, all my life I've been trying to fix myself. That was our training as a practitioner. It was so hard because my whole training was that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're trained to do. Find the diagnosis, give them the vitamin or the mineral or the modality and fix them, okay?
Right.
So I thought, no, there's a solution. I'll find the solution. And I went deep inside and I said, my true self has flawless skin, flawless skin. The next day I woke up, it was completely gone.
Wow.
Like this, okay?
Wow.
Completely gone, okay? That's the power of your intuitive superpower, your intuitive intelligence. I say to people, your intuitive intelligence is more important than artificial intelligence because it's a game
Agreed.
changer. Right?
Yes, agreed totally.
So anyway, just to cut a long story short, it flared up a couple of more times out of the blue because I thought I'd cleared it, but unfortunately I had to have the vaccine and then the COVID vaccine, and then my neck aged 20 years and it hurt to smile with everything, and it was like a size 10 skin with a size 12 body kind of thing. It wasn't big enough. I couldn't meditate, I couldn't smile, and that was an even worse pain than before.
Wow.
But I managed to clear that in 4 months. So that's been the story, okay? Of a little bit of a background about why I do what I do.
I love it. I love it. Well, so if somebody was going to get involved in your Intuitive Ease Academy, I mean, what could they expect?
Okay. Okay, so they can expect to I'm at the middle of creating some online trainings as well, and an intuitive ease journal combined with qigong. So I'm a qigong teacher as well. So I'm in the middle of creating it at the moment. So I've got the qigong videos already, and combining qigong with intuitive ease journaling. And then we've got the certifications as well. So what they can expect is to reconnect with who they really are, their true self. What they can expect is to know the difference between their human self, which is the conditioned self that everything from the moment you're in the womb, like me in the womb with mum pregnant in the fish and chip shop, in debt. She was under a lot of stress. I was picking up on that in the womb, and that's what I thought business was about. Okay, I had to spend a lot of time clearing that pattern of business being hard work. So that conditioning from your family, from your friends, from society, from health practitioners, from business coaches, from society, from government, from media, from everything.
Wow.
That conditioning will hold you back.
Yes.
Because the miracle of what happened with clearing my skin and also even creating that successful business wasn't from following the status quo. Right. It was giving good service, which is always the basis of, to be quite honest, if you're not really wanting to help people, I recommend don't do this kind of profession. You have to, and it's more than money. I do it from sacred service. I do it because I have a calling to make a difference, and I'm sure many of you do. But if you don't have that calling, please, it's not your profession, right? Because you live it and you breathe it, don't you?
Yes.
We live it and breathe it, right? We don't just do it on the 8 hours a day. We do it every day, our whole lives, right? So if it's your calling, that's what the Intuitive Ease Academy is. My vision is to unite 100 million people around the world that are living the intuitive ease lifestyle.
Nice.
So how we're going to do that is I certify coaches, health practitioners, soulpreneurs, anybody that wants to make a difference and work with clients or even with their own family to clear the genetic pattern. I certify you in this. I've got 2 certifications right now. The first one is the Palawa Practitioner Certification, which is a non-touch energy alignment healing, which is similar to Reiki, but it actually means radical shift in consciousness. So it shifts the DNA and activates the DNA, realigns all the meridians and the channels within the body, brings a deep sense of well-being and peace that gets deeper and lasts longer and increases over time. And it shifts that consciousness from the old family conditioning, the old genetic patterning, to the new you. So it activates the light within you. So that is powerful. That's one of the ways I cleared the genetic chronic health condition. And it also helped my mum with terminal cancer live longer. So you can learn that in 3 days. 3 days, and you're fully certified. I've been
Wow.
teaching for 20 years, but I've managed to get it certified with the International Institute of Complementary Therapists. So it's a 3 days where you learn to become a Palawa practitioner, and you can swap forever for free. You've got it in your hands forever for free. That's the good thing, because when the fires happened in America and people were cut off from help because they couldn't reach them by phone, they didn't have food, you could give a Palawa energy alignment healing to your daughter, to your son, swap it with your husband. If your husband and wife do it, you could swap it for each other, and you could actually strengthen your physical, emotional, spiritual, nervous system health and your consciousness, so you find a creative solution in that situation, and it will strengthen your intuition of what to do. So that's the first day. Second day is you connect to your true self. Okay, you align to your true self. Third day, we teach you how to do a Palawa distantly. So I do Palawa on Zoom. So you give one and you receive one, and that way it works distantly. So you can help anyone around the world.
Love it.
And then you get a certification, 2 certificates, and that means you can join the IICT and get insurance to practice as a Palawa practitioner. So that is a game changer. Now, what's exciting about that is that it's similar, high frequency vibration, equivalent to 110 1-hour Palawa healings. 110 Palawa healings. So if I gave you a Palawa healing every week, 110, that would take you 2 years. And if you paid me for that, that would cost you 16,000 Australian dollars. 16,000. So for just over 1,000 Australian, you've got this 3-day training. But you've shifted, quantum leaped your health, your abundance, your magnetism, your family patterning, the real you, your alignment, your everything. Okay. And then I have this ongoing program for the next month and 3 months, mentorship program to build your practice case studies, your Palawa case studies, how you're going to market that in your business, how you're going to work it with your other modalities like coaching or naturopathy or healing, and how you're going to use it and market in a way that's aligned to your gifts without burning out. That's the secret. And more sustainably and more innovatively. Especially now we've got AI coaches and robotic massage that have been around for a few years, right? So to stay ahead of the game. And the next one I'm going to be creating is my own modality, which is Qigong plus intuitive alignment.
Nice.
And that one will be done online. So guys can do it anywhere in the world.
Okay.
And you'll be a qualified Qigong trainer, and you'll be qualified in intuitive alignment. So how to use your intuition aligned to your mind, body, and heart, and how to use that when you're working with clients, when they are stuck in their nervous system, they're stuck in their family conditioning, they're in fear, or they're uncertain about their business, their work, or whatever, it's going to help them, you know. So the two are really important. One will shift their consciousness, and the other will, the Qigong is like a moving meditation, okay, that focuses your mind, your breath, and your movement. So it's a powerful way to connect to your intuition. So Qigong plus intuitive alignment. So you'll become like an intuitive Qi alignment coach, which means that you will have a superpower of being an intuitive coach. Now that's going to differentiate you from the AI coaches.
I would say so.
Because that's the only game changer, because the AI coaches are a lot cheaper. Right? And
Right.
so we've got to show something that's different, that makes us differentiate, how we can differentiate our business from them.
Yes, absolutely. Well, how in the world can people find you and find more of this information about all these incredible offerings you have?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, what I'll do is, what you can do is go to www, so Intuitive Ease, INTIUIVE, Ease, EASE, academy.com. And that will go to a sort of a website link. Sorry, I'm updating my website. So it's going to go to a link tree, which is like a website. It'll list all the freebies. So you can, any of you, if you'd like to experience a Palawa energy healing, you can book in for a free 15-minute Palawa. That's valued at 65 Australian. And you can experience the taste of it, of what it feels like. I've had people sending me messages like from 3 days later that they're still feeling good from that one little 15-minute one, and 90% better. Everybody's been feeling 90% better with every taster. So you can experience that, or you can book in for a free 15-minute tea and tactics session where you can ask me questions, or we'll find out the next step that's best for you. It's also got a list of a lot of freebies, a lot of free training I've done, entrepreneur gold nuggets, all that sort of thing, manifesting, and testimonials, and transformational stories around health, abundance, with clients and with Palawa.
Oh my goodness.
So there's that. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you come bearing all kinds of gifts, and we will make sure that, because this video is going to be in our Facebook group, but it's also going to be on my YouTube channel. So I will make sure you have both of those links, and I will ask you to help me to get your link in the comments under both of the videos so that people can easily find it. And
So
I'll
I
make
just pop
sure
it below.
yeah, in the comments underneath, but I'm also going to make mention in the introduction above the video that you are offering gifts to people, and so they should listen and they should take and check out your link. So that's a beautiful thing. We appreciate it very much. It sounds like you are becoming a one-woman powerhouse for creating a new level of health and healing on planet Earth. And I, for one, am very grateful for that.
Oh, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. How do you say your name? Cheyenne?
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne.
You
Thank you
got it.
so much, Cheyenne. I love the work you're doing. I've only
Oh,
just
well,
joined the
thank you.
Facebook group, but I just loved your energy straight up.
Well,
And
thank you. We're
it's 100%
attracting
aligned to my
amazing people.
values. And before I forget, anybody that's in Australia, Brisbane, I'm offering free business abundance co-working sessions. So I'm in one now at the moment. We do sort of some qigong, meditation, co-working, lunch, business brainstorming for coming up with ideas to stay ahead of the game with all these changes. So it's an exciting time. And also, I'll put the link for a free Qigong walking video that you can do, and a 5-minute Qigong that you can do that was designed for people during COVID, specifically for business people, which will help you focus your mind and strengthen your lung qi for organization, and strengthen your kidney qi to move from fear to courage. It was specifically designed for people during COVID, but for business people. So one of my clients, Dr. Shara, she did that 5-minute video. She'd never done any Qigong with me before. She managed to do 5,000 in 1.5 days.
Wow.
And she normally does that in a week. So she was pretty excited because all she did was a video, one video. So you pay $20 US, but you get lifetime access. So
Very nice.
it gets you on the journey. Start moving on the journey.
Awesome. Well, I just love it. I can't wait to explore all these amazing links that you've got. And just out of curiosity, do you have any final thoughts, final words of wisdom you'd like to leave people with today?
Oh, thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to close my eyes and just allow my intuition to speak. I'm hearing that I need to say, I love you. You are truly loved. The work you're doing is making a difference. Your presence in this world is making a difference. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. You are on the right path. No matter what happens on the outside, remember your sustainable business comes from the inside out. Intuition means go within first. Income means go within for the income. Investment means go within for where to invest. So trust yourself. I believe in you, all of you. And let's unite together. 100 million people. Let's amplify that together. that intuitive intelligence becomes the norm. It's as normal as artificial intelligence. It's normal as eating and sleeping. That every human being can make that decision for themselves of what's right for their intuitive wellness, for what's right for their intuitive relationships, what's right for their business. That each one of us has our own power, that we don't give our power away to anything else.
Agreed.
Anything else. Because as soon as we do, that's when health problems start happening. That's my experience, having been through so much. When I gave my power away, that's when, people pleasing and, comparisonitis and, trying to think, that's when things change. But when I just stayed, like when I did the first remedial massage business was from that place. I didn't actually go and check out the rest of the business world. That was good for me because I wasn't affected by everybody else. So stay within your own bubble. Please, I invite you, set a timer on when you watch the news, on how much news you watch. I actually disconnected my TV set because it was brainwashing me. So remember, you are hypnotized by the news, you're hypnotized by movies, and you're hypnotized by what you see online. So please choose consciously what you choose to become and what you choose to import yourself with.
Absolutely.
Please choose that. Let's be game changers in that. Love you all, and thank you so much, Cheyenne.
Thank you, Andrea. You are a blessing. Thank you to all of our change makers for being with us here today, and reach out to Andrea if you want to be part of that 100 million. We're going to create massive change on planet Earth.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all in the next interview. Take care, everybody.
Take care. Thank you.